Alright, so we've pretty much zeroed in on how to play if we know the key. Let's shift gears and again, and instead of saying we're going to use, if someone says play in the key of E, you know you can use an entry point in G shaped. You can do a G shape from the 6th of E dot, the C sharp. So one thing I would suggest at this time, I hate to make memory assignments, but learn what notes the dots are on. Okay? Learn what notes the dots are on. That I can suggest is if you had to memorize something. Now, this is not, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them really. And then this is a repeat. There's not 10 of them. These are the same. These are the same. So it's just another one way to help you might be to go back to the other chart that I made with the interval chart. Okay, which is this is the interval chart. And one way that might help you is to look at the first between the fret nut and the G dot as the key of C. From the G dot to the A dot is an A-shaped key of D. From the A dot to the B dot, okay, is that's the A-shaped key of D. From the G dot to the A dot is the A-shaped key of C. So it goes like C, 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 D, E. This is A. That's it. C, C, D, E, A. Now I think I have that somewhere. If I didn't put it in, I apologize. Here it is. So one way to help remember where the dots are. These are the dots. These are the notes. E is the fret note. If the fret nut, so you consider that a dot, right? E, G, A, B, C sharp, and E. But you can look at the best choice intervals for in between would be a C would be there. So you know in the C box, you know in the C box you're going to have this box right here. This is your C cage right here. So you know your dots are going to be from E at the fret nut and to G. That's your C cage. You can play your C diatonic from there. There's your Phrygian E shaped, E minor shaped third, and then your Lydian E major shaped fourth in the same cage, half step apart. That's why they're part of the shared situation. Now you got me going on this again because they're going to share with, I guess, with the cage below that. Cage below C is the D cage. Okay, so that it gets interesting because then you're dealing with different cage shapes, the same the same modal chords. So I mean, let's do this brute force. I don't know if this is going to work, if I'm going to be able to explain this, but so if you got your E minor there, right, in the D cage, what shape is E minor going to go to? It should go to D minor. There's a G minor shaped E minor. Sorry, forget that D minor stuff. G minor shaped E minor. So it does work. Cage works. So we have to give cage a hand because I was kind of putting it down as I was getting into the string circle, which is in fifths and stuff. So anyway, this is the C box. It'll help you. All right, and then the next two dots are entry points also for the A-shaped C box. So G and A is the fifth and the sixth of C. Now A and B, you ask yourself, I want to fit that to an A shape because we're going to have 3 A shapes in a row. We're going to have A-shaped C, an A-shaped D, and an A-shaped E. So this would be the 5th and 6th of C, the 5th and 6th of D. Remember, D, the 5th and 6th is, it's not G and A again, and it's A and B. Okay, and the 5th and 6th of E isn't A and B, it's B and C sharp. Okay, so that might help you know that you've got 3, 5, 6 intervals in a row, and then we go again to a 6 root interval. But guess what? If you use the key of A, it's not a 6 root interval. It's a 3, 4, 5 interval. It's a C string pattern, 3, 4, 5. So we're essentially looking at the C-shaped A at that point. You might remember, hey, there's a C. We do a C-shaped A at that point. Okay, that's a pretty good, Otherwise, just remember where the dots are. Now let's continue on and see how versatile the dot circle is, because the dot circle is the star of the show, right? The dot is the star of the show. So how are we going to use it? Let's use some arbitrary key. Say someone decides they want to play in what, B flat? That was kind of a corny fifth root there at the end, but that was in the key of B, right? B flat. So just find your B. That would be B. Okay, key of B flat. Strange key. Piano players love it. Guitarists would rather look at it as a B flat as an A sharp. And by the way, I have to explain something. I just stumbled onto something that I have to explain. Why do guitarists like to look at things in sharps? And the reason is, and let me get this diagram up here for this. The reason why guitarists like to look at tend to look at things in sharps. So you go to one of these websites like ultimateguitar.com and you see some of the chords that they have for the songs available. And if you're a member, for sure, if you are a member of ultimateguitar.com, which sometimes they run specials, so I would grab a special there if you could, because I turned down a special once and I couldn't get that price again. But you can click on transpose this thing up or down, and when I wanted to take it into the key of B flat, it put me in the key of A sharp, and that I didn't understand why that was, but now I understand why. The reason why guitarists tend to work in sharps. Look at these accidentals here. The key of, let's start with the key of C. There's no sharps or flats in there, so there's a dead key there. There's nothing. That's the missing fret. And the reason is because of the tuning between the two strings there. It's only a major third. In some way. I'm not sure, but I know it's related in some way. So then we go to the key of G and we add one sharp. So in the key of G, no one would argue, even pianists, nobody would argue that the key of G, you're adding an F sharp. You don't call it a G flat. You'd call it a G flat if you were in the key of G flat, or say you were in the key of A flat and you were going to do the 7th. Well, you wouldn't be in the key of A flat for long if you hit a G flat. because that would make it a mix